Hi Leyuha, welcome to my channel. We're gonna watch today, guys. Yuzuru Hanyu a video. This video name is Yuzuru Hanyu. Fate is really fragile. 30 years echo of life, bro. Oh my god, he's doing same time the both of things. That's nice and good timing. Actually, he make it. Anyway, if you guys want more about them, please comment down below and let's go. Wow.
Professional figure skater Yuzuru Hanyu's new solo performance,
Nice.
Yuzuru Hanyu Ice Story 3rd Echoes of Life tour, opened on December.
Bro, that looks so well.
Super Arena.
Really?
The third part of Ice Story, which he both stars in and serves as executive producer, is an epic story with a philosophical theme that questions the meaning of life. Yuzuru Hanyu becomes a new ice figure at the age of 30.
Yes, it's totally like that. Life.
Sound opens
Oh.
the third solo performance. On this day, Hanyu, who celebrated his 30th birthday, performed the lead role of Nova with a carefully planned production that included 12 songs in the main story, including many songs such as羽生結弦and Saimai. The legendary
Oh my
skater
god.
showcased his stunning skating and outstanding
Semi was
expression, including the
incredible.
song. In a world where skyscrapers are outdated and crumbling, the protagonist wakes up with only memories. He brushes off the dust that has accumulated on the surface of the capsule he was in and sees the words appear on it.
Yes.
Realizing his own existence.
Huh.
Why are you here? Why does it exist? Actually, simple questions like, why were we born? And what is life? Lead to the beginning of a journey in search of philosophical thoughts.
Okay.
Living. This is how he behaves on the ice. A topic that most people in this world do.
Interesting speech. That's nice.
For Hanyu, this must have been a big challenge, as was the topic itself. After the performance, Hanyu said, when I handed over the storybook that I wrote to the production team, they said, this is great, but then I started thinking, how can I turn this into a story on ice?
Oh my god.
I created it together with the director of the video.
Bro, what a talk.
What should we do? Along the way,
I saw the interview, but I cannot react because
but somehow I managed to create something
close to our country. Wow.
The production and my skating.
Oh my god.
This is a good thing. I was able to think, I can do this. He said with a laugh, explaining some of the difficulties it took to create such a great show.
Yeah.
The origin of the theme was his own sense of exploration.
Oh my god, look at this.
I've been learning a lot about bioethics since I was a child, and during my university studies, as part of my studies, I became interested in the philosophy of life swirling around inside me.
Yeah.
Oh. Thoughts and theories I had before. I wrote Echoes of Life because I want to create a show in which everyone can come up with their own answers about what it means to live in this world.
Yes.
The ability to make sounds that I've had since I was a child.
He's cutie.
Hanyu had a great weapon in translating his thoughts.
Bro.
Complex themes that
he's literally hitting 13.
To a story. It was sound.
He just 2 years older than me, by the way. Look at this, his baby.
A philosopher specializing in academics or a figure skater skilled in ice skating. During the performance, the story begins immediately from the moment the tour guide says these words. You can feel the words and letters as sounds.
It's a little better.
This is by no means far-fetched and is based on Yuzuru Hanyu's experiences since childhood. Originally, I perceived the colors and emotions of the scene in front of me as sound.
Exactly.
Simply put, for example, some people may think of the color red as passion. Some people think it is scary. Each person has their own interpretation.
Yeah.
I've always been a person who heard sound when imagining words or letters since childhood. When I wrote about my experience as a work of art, I thought, what kind of abilities should I give to this character, Nova? When I was thinking about it, I tried to include expressions such as intonation and meaning of words. Story. So it is a story about how philosophy enters the body in the form of and how this philosophy becomes music and a program is created. A brilliant
Bro, it's literally perfect.
For a vivid presentation.
Oh my god.
The highlight of the show was the main stage in the first half, which began with the piano collection and continued with Chopin's Ballad No. 1, one of Hanyu Yuzuru's treasure sorts. Rose 1 is a series of classical piano songs. He did something he had never done before. He kept the program for about 30 seconds at a time without going backstage. This program was
I
created
get it.
by studying classical music with pianist Shinya
Hmm.
Kaizuka and discussing in detail with Jeffrey Buttle, who was asked to choreograph the dance, what kind of image he wanted to skate. Even in a continuous series of frantic programs, he showed that both the quadruple jump with a narrow axis of rotation and the classic triple axel, a jump of 3.5 turns,
Wow.
which combines height and width, are still alive and well.
Yes, exactly. Good choice.
Determination on his birthday. It's not just a theme or just skating on ice. It's the 30th
This
birthday of
choreographer
Yuzuru
making
Hanyu,
nice
who has brought
and
to
give
life
it
a
a
unique
choose
life story woven
Yuzuru
through
Hanyu.
his thinking and actions. Hanyu, who was blessed with an enthusiastic sing-along in front of an audience of 14,000, said, "When I turned 30, I had a vague idea that I was at figure skating age and would probably start to deteriorate. But when I thought about it in terms of things like baseball and football, for example, I realized that I was finally starting to get old. I think that's the time when you gain experience, meaning, and skills. You have real hope for your future, and you always have the feeling
Interesting start. What was that?
every chance you get by training."
That was on this concert?
I'd like to be there for the real show. From athletes to professionals, from ice
Wow.
shows to ice stories, Hanyu, who has been innovating on ice one after another without being bound by traditional boundaries, is confident that he will continue to represent a world of evolution that no one has seen before in his 30s. The ice show is a story about life and living. I thought a lot about bioethics and took courses at the university, and I was always very interested in the philosophy of life, and I
Golden bookmark.
thoughts,
Wow.
theories, and other things that I had previously thought about. This presented him with a new
Look at
challenge.
this.
Philosophy expressed through piano music. A reference that creates a landscape that looks like life debris washed up on the shore. The main character, Nova, was created by someone in a deserted land where there is no life at all. Words become sounds and enter his body, and he searches for the meaning of life. Ever since I was a child, I have been a person who hears things as sounds. It is not that I have perfect pitch, but that I feel that I can hear things melodiously. What kind of ability does this child have when he was his fiction? When I thought about how to incorporate this into the story, I tried to
He's smiling so well.
and meaning of the words into the story, which I had done as part of my expressive language training. Then I came up with the idea of turning this philosophy into music and creating a program. When Nova picks up a diary lying on the bench, the words written by people he does not know,
practice is well here.
turn into sounds
I remember it.
Nova.
Wow.
A program consisting of 5 short pieces called Piano Collection. Each artist continues to fight, being at the mercy of each word and event. When creating the new program, I wanted to do something classical, and since the theme this time was philosophy, I chose a lot of songs that evoked a sense of dignity, such as piano melodies. I thought about different things, such as where I want to fight, where I want to have my core, where I want to use the words as they are, and so on, and I was very careful in choosing the songs. A large white fabric screen hung in the air and on the ice. In this snow-white world, the conflict of the heart is expressed in a stream of sounds, pouring out in the form of musical notes.
That look was
Then
insane.
I had a desire to believe in fate. Hanyu, who remained on the ice,
And she's designed so well. Oh my god.
Including a quadruple salchow, toe loop, and triple axel. Around him, as he skates on the white world, fates intertwined with thin threads, expressed through projection mapping, dance, as if glorifying his thoughts, creating a majestic world. What bothered me most was the transition from a series of classical piano pieces to Ballad No. 1, which I had never done before, and without skipping a single link for 30 seconds at a time. I was going to continue playing the program with an interval. I also studied classical music with pianist Shinya Kaizuka, and what is the meaning of it? I also talked with Jeffrey Buttle, who asked me to choreograph, about what image I wanted to use for the skating, and I came up with a very I did it while carefully calculating. Hanyu then talks about his thoughts on the word fate. I reread various books on philosophy and learned that fate is a series of coincidences. I thought that there must be one. When I look back or feel like I my fate, I am glad that I was able to encounter something so rare or something that feels like a miracle. Sentences I wrote because I wanted people to feel it. The second part resumed after the break. A lonely dance with the realization of the meaning of his life and the continuing climb up the endless staircase depicted in the video. They found life emerging from the desolate land. The act that performed the recording was called Danny Boy. There was a fight scene, so I
that
thought
was
it would be
so
really
perfect
exciting.
performance.
Was different from what he had seen at the last two ice shows. It was a tender, heartwarming experience that seemed to convey a radiant feeling, as if
Well, he using so well names, by the way.
Having come to the answer to life, Nova uses her body to receive the falling letters, and in the next program, Poetry of Everyone's Soul, she passes through many doors dropped from the sky and enters a new world, and begins to walk. At this point, the story leaves a feeling of freshness, as if a cool breeze blew through your tense heart. In 2.5 hours, I was able to appreciate the joy of being Yuzuru Hanyu once again.
That's nice. When he give a show, doesn't build any luck, actually. Anyway, if you guys want more about Yuzuru Hanyu, please comment down below, guys, and take care of yourselves, and bye bye.